guys, hope you are having a great time. Today we are going to cover the third part of the book Common Mistakes at IELTS Intermediate Level. I hope you have watched and find it useful part 1 and part 2. Here we are going to cover unit 21 up to 30, the last unit of this book. Before we start unit 21, if you find my videos enjoyable and useful, please subscribe my channel and like the video. And also, you can comment your opinion about the lessons and have any suggestion. Okay, let us start together. Unit 21, what is a register? In this unit, we are going to talk about register. Look at part 1. Tick the correct sentence in each pair. Look at number 1. This type of work attracts a greater percentage of men than women. B. This type of work attracts a greater percentage of men than women. You can see in the first sentence, what you can see here is the symbol, but in the second, you can see in the letters. What do you think? Which one is correct? Great. B is correct, using the word in letters. Number 2, many old people believe that kids have too much freedom nowadays. And many old people believe that children have too much freedom nowadays. So the difference is in the first sentence, the word that is used is kids, and the second one, children. So look at the sentence. It's a kind of formal sentence. So it's better to use children instead of kids. Do you have any questions in your mind about these two? Don't worry, in this unit we are going to talk about and answer your questions. So first, let's see what's a register. Register means using the right word in the right context. So in here, it's all about choosing the correct word, depending on formal or informal situation, the connotation, and many more details. For formal essay writing, you must use a formal register. This means you should not use informal language. You should not use, so let's read together 1. You should not use informal vocabulary such as kids, okay, box, heaps. These words are informal, so in essay writings and informal situations, it's not a good idea to use them. You should use a more formal equivalent instead. For example, children, instead of okay, all right, or acceptable, instead of box, money, many, or a great deal. These are more formal ones to use in a formal structure. Now the second part, about the symbols. Here, symbols on their own in place of words. So when you want to just tell them on their own, you just use them with words. For example, not person, dollar, and @ You should write the words in full. Okay? Person, money, and @ Note that person and dollar should only be used. This part is really important. So we use the symbols only with numerals. So when you want to mention the number, you use the symbol. But you mean that as general, you use the word. Look at here, the first sentence of the question attracts a greater percentage of men. In here we don't have any number, so we don't use the symbol, we use the word. Okay, so let's continue to read. For a smaller amount, we write, for example, $50, not $50, and 75%, not 75%. The noun form of percent is percentage. Great. Now the next one, the abbreviations. Not years, or kilos, no. You should write these words in full. So when it's come to formal writing, you shouldn't use abbreviations, okay? Write them full, like instead of M, write million. Or instead of YRS, use years, kilos or kilograms, and instead of NO, write numbers. And the next one, all capital letters. You cannot write a word in all capital letters. Just you should use the capital letters only when appropriate. Like the first part of a sentence, the proper nouns, or the days of the week, and many more rules that you have learned before. So we have some examples in here. Look at the first one. Companies waste heaps of bucks on advertising. So it's a formal situation, so it's not a good idea to use an informal. So heaps of bucks, a great deal of money. Money is used in formal situations. The next one. In 1986, the percentage rose to 67.5. So in here, you should use the word percentage. Because it's alone, it's in general, and it doesn't follow any number. The next one, between the years 2001 and 5, over 2 million people died. So in formal writing, we never use abbreviations. So make sure that you use the complete form, years or million. Great. Now let's go to the exercises. Look at part 2. Correct the mistake below. The new hospital cost over 200 million bucks to build. What do you think about this sentence? Which part is wrong? It's great. Look at here, bucks. Bucks is informal, so you should change it to money. So the new hospital cost over $200 million to build. Now look at part 3. Correct the register errors in the following sentences. There may be more than one. So I want you to pause the video here, correct the register errors, and then check your answers with me. You can see the correct answers and check with yours. Great. The next part is the test 7. You can do it for yourself and check here. And then the next unit. Unit 22, adjectives and adverbs. Look at part 1. Tick the correct sentence in each pair. Number 1. This difference can be explained quite easy. B. This difference can be explained quite easily. So we have adjective and adverb. What do you think? Which one is correct? It's B. This difference can be explained quite easily. And 2. It is clearly that people without money do not have as much freedom. It is clear that people without money do not have as much freedom. Here, it's B, the adjective. So, don't have any question this part? Don't worry. This unit gonna be all about adjectives, adverbs, and when to use each. So, stay with me. Let us start reading the text. Adjectives are used to describe a noun. Today life is very complicated. So, complicated is explaining the life. The noun. To describe a whole idea or situation, we can use it is plus adjective plus that class, or it is plus adjective plus to plus infinitive. So when you want to describe a whole idea or situation, you can use it is and that clause or infinitive. So look at the examples. It is essential that you bring back all of your books before the end of term. So it is adjective plus that clause. It is important to begin studying several weeks before the exam. So it is plus the adjective and then the to infinitive. Now let's talk about adverbs. Adverbs can be used to describe a verb. So the difference between adverbs and adjectives is that adjectives are used to describe a noun and adverbs can be used to describe a verb. Like in many other languages, we must act quickly. So quickly is not about the subject or a noun. It's about the verb, act. Look at here the next example. This chart is significantly different. So in here, we have significantly, but it's describing the chart. So sometimes the adverb can describe an adjective. Don't forget about this. But most of the time we use it to describe our verb. Okay, now here. We use adverbs such as unfortunately to show how we feel about something. It's negative somehow. We're sorry about it. Unfortunately, he's not well. Look at here. After these adverbs, we use comma. And unfortunately shows I feel this a bad thing. I'm sorry about it. And here, some adverbs are irregular, like fast, hard, well. And you can see fast can be adjective and also adverb. It depends on you and your usage in the sentence. Now look at part 2. Correct the mistake below. Michael's studying hardly for his exam. So, which part is wrong? What do you think? Very good. Studying hard for his exam. Not hardly. We should use adjective here. Great. Now look at part 3. Underline the correct words. So I want you to pause the video here and underline the correct word. Then you can check your answers with me. Now you can see the correct answers. Let's check with yours. Great. Now the next unit. Noun or adjective. So these units are more about the part of speech. The previous one was about adverb and adjective, and now it's about noun or adjective. Look at part 1. The first question. Tourism can be very benefit to poorer areas. Tourism can be very beneficial to poorer areas. Which one is correct? Very good. Beneficial. Number 2. In my job, you need the confidence to address large groups of people. you need the confident, and in part B, you need the confident. Which one is correct? Very good. A. You need the confidence, the noun. So, let's see what this unit's going to teach us. So, sometimes it is easy to confuse a noun with its adjective. Look at the following list of commonly confused nouns and adjectives. So, let's read them together. Age, aged. Development, developed. Difference, noun, different, adjective. Education, educational. Happiness, noun, happy, the adjective. So the ness is showing the noun form. Health, noun, healthy, adjective. Maturity, the noun, and mature, the adjective. And nature, the noun, natural, the adjective. So you can see adjectives here with ed, ional, all, y, and also nouns with ness, or mens here. There are some rules how to form nouns or adjectives, but there are also irregulars that you just need to memorize them and know more. Okay, and now the next part. Are you ready? So, noise is the noun, nosy is the adjective. Responsibility, noun, responsible, adjective. Significance, noun, significant, adjective. It's like difference and difference. Silence, noun, silent, adjective. So the CE at the end is mostly show that it's a noun. Sport, noun, sports, adjective. So look at here by just adding s. So in here, this s doesn't mean that plural. It's the adjective. Be careful about this. Truth, noun, true, the adjective. Value, noun, valuable. Adding able, makes that adjective. And the last one, youth and young. Totally irregular. So, now you can pause that video and look at the noun and adjectives again and try to put it in your mind because they're gonna be really useful and common in English. Note that invulnerable means very vulnerable. So, here the in is added to vulnerable. Men and women can only be used as nouns. More men than women work here, so they cannot be used as adjectives. Male, female are used as adjectives. So it's really important. Pay more attention on it when it comes to writing your IELTS essays. So if you want to talk about them as adjective, use male and female. But if it's just as noun, use men or women. Look at example. The number of female employees is increasing each year. And the last part here, you should refer to either men and woman or male and female. Do not use the two different terms together. So you cannot use one of them male and another women, okay? They are a group. You should use men and women or male and female. Depend on your context. Great, now let's go to the next part. Look at part 2. Correct the mistake below. Let's read the sentence together. I'm looking for a good pair of sport shoes. So, what do you think? Here it should be adjectives because it's describing the shoes. Yeah, the shoes should be made for doing a sport. So it should be sports shoes. Great. Now look at part 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. Now I want you to pause the video here, answer this part, and then check with me. Now you can see the correct answers. So please look at them and check with yours. Were your answers correct? Great. So let's go to the next lesson. It's 24. Verb confusion 1. Courses and study. So verb confusion part 1. So let's read these questions to get more opinion about the unit. Take the correct sentence in each pair. 1. I don't know where the library is. I don't understand where the library is. So the first is the verb know and then understand. What do you think? Very good. I don't know is better. Number 2. Last summer, I studied with you on the course. Last summer, I learned with you on the course. We use studied in these parts. So this is about know, understand, study, learn, the differences between verbs and how to make sure we use them correctly in our writing and also speaking. One important measure in IELTS is using the correct verbs because maybe they seem synonym, but we use them in totally different situations. So let's read together. Know is used to show that you have memorized something or that you are certain of something. So we use know to show we have memorized something or we are certain of something. Look at the example. I know all of the irregular verbs. Know describes a state, not an activity. So when it's come to memorizing, when you are certain about something and when you want to describe a state, use know. Look at here. Not I'm trying to know my irregular. It's a state, so we don't use ing. It's a state verb. And we cannot use it in the continuous form. No ing. I'm knowing my irregular verbs is not correct. So with know, we don't use continuous form. It's a state verb. And also it means that you have memorized something or you are certain of something. But look at the next one, learn. Learn describes an activity. We learn facts when we try to memorize them. I'm learning irregular verbs for the test. We can also learn a skill. I'm learning to play the piano. We cannot use learn by itself. I am learning for a test. So after learn, you should mention what to learn. And also it is used to describe an activity. You can learn facts, learn skills. This is the situations that we use learn. Now, the next one, study. Study is used to talk about a whole subject area rather than individual skills. Study is more used when it comes to school subjects, university subjects, something kind of more serious. And you want to talk about the whole subject. It's not just individual skill or fact. Look at an example. My daughter is studying economics at university. So studying academics with majors at a school or university, we use study. The next one, we can use study by itself. It can come alone. Look at here. I'm studying for the test. So you can use studying alone, but when it comes to learn, you cannot use learn by itself. So be careful. You can't say I'm learning for the test. No, but you can say I'm studying for the test. Okay, and the last word note that we can say learn about but not study about. So this is about the collocations. Yes, you can use about with learn but not with study. We are learning about world. We are learning about World War One this term, the First World War, yes? So you can learn about something. So the next verb is take. Take can be used in a similar way to study to refer to a subject area. I'm taking a course in marketing. Take a course. Look at here. Take a course. It is also used to refer to the individual subject within a course. So you can also use it for individual subjects. Look at example. I have to take at least 3 marketing subjects to get the diploma. So this is the situation we use the verb take. And look at the last verb, enroll. Enroll is used to say that you are listed in the official records for a course. When you enroll for something, you are making sure that you are going to study that. You write your name, IDs, and you want to study that. Look at here. The example. I've just enrolled in an art course. I registered. I enrolled. Great. So these are just some of the verbs and their differences. For knowing more, you can study books, the collocations, the verbs, phrasal verbs. They're gonna help you a lot to know the differences between the verbs and their usage. So let's go to the second part. Correct the mistake below. Look at a sentence. We would like to learn in an English language course. What do you think? It's about the verb learn. It's better to say enroll. Yeah, we would like to enroll in an English language course. Great. Now look at part 3. Choose the correct verb to complete the sentence below. So we have 8 sentences, so please pause the video here, answer these questions, and then you can check with me. Now you can see the correct answers here. Check with yours. Are your answers all correct? Great. So now we have test 8. In my another video, you can find the test and the details. But here we're just going to talk about the lessons. Lesson 25, verb confusion 2, describing charts and figures. One important point about charts and figures is that in an IELTS exam, in your writing, you always have a chart. You should explain and analyze that. So it's really important to know which verbs and in which situations to use them. So in here is the second part of verb confusion. So let us start together. Number 1, take the correct sentence in each pair. 1. In 2002, the figure increased from 30% to 25%. In 2002, the figure decreased from 30% to 25%. Which one is correct? Of course, decreased. Number 2. The flowchart displays the quantity of electricity consumed each year. The flowchart shows the quantity of electricity consumed each year. So the first one displays and the second one shows. Which one to use? Very good. It's again B, shows. So let's see why shows. So describing charts. Graphs and charts can show facts. They show facts. Look at it first. The two graphs show the number of people employed by the company in 1980 and 1990. So that the two graphs show. We use the verb show. Look at here. We use indicate when you want to draw a conclusion about the figures in the chart. So when you want to draw a conclusion, mention the result to use indicate. These figures indicate that the company is growing in size each year. So the figures, the numbers indicate or showing. Use indicate to talk about the result or to draw a conclusion. The next part, we use illustrate to refer to evidence or proof of something. So when you have evidence or proof and you want to refer to it, you can use the verb illustrate. These figures illustrate the need for better management of our resources. So we need a better management because these figures illustrate it. So we have the evidence or proof that they are the figures, yes, the numbers. So in here we use the verb illustrate. We don't use demonstrate, display, or tell to describe a chart. So this is important, okay? Have it in your mind that when it comes to charts, it's really important to use the correct verbs. So in English, we don't use demonstrate, display, or tell, okay? We use indicate, illustrate, show, okay? When we want to talk about graphs and charts. So look at it here. The salesman demonstrated the machine for us. Show how something works. The meaning of demonstrate. Look at the figures displayed on the screen. Very good. So when we use displayed, means it's on a screen. So when you want to talk about a graph and write about it in your IELTS essay, it's not on a screen. So make sure you don't use this verb. The next one, the girl's work was displayed for all to see. Make sure it can be easily seen. So when you display something, you make it in a way that is easily seen for the others. Did I tell you about my accident? Give a verbal or written account of a story. So demonstrate, display, and tell are not used when we are talking about graphs and charts. Here, describing figures. Figures here means numbers, yes? The numbers in graphs and charts. First, if figures go up, we use increase or rise. Temperatures rose in May. So when it's go up, you can use increase and rise. If the figure go down, use decrease or fall. So when it go down, you can use the verb decrease or fall. The number of bats fell in 2004, the past form of fall. If the figures stay the same, okay, we use remain steady or show little or no changes. So When it's just like this, no change, you can say the figures remain steady, or they show no changes, or they show little change. Great! So it was a really useful lesson, of course. Now let's go to the next part. Part 2. Correct the mistake below. I'm using a slide to display the size of the problem. What's wrong with it? Very good. The verb display. You should write illustrate, not display. I'm using a slide to illustrate the size of the problem. Now look at part 3. Choose the correct verb to complete the sentences below. So I want you to pause the video here and answer this part. Then you can check with me. Now you can see the correct answers here. Great. The next unit, the verb confusion part 3, money and problems. So here is another part about verbs and the confusion. So part 1, take the correct sentence in each pair. 1. A. We are buying more and more money on cars each year. We are spending more and more money on cars each year. Of course, it's B. Spend money. And the preposition is on. Spend money on something. Number 2. We need to stop this problem as soon as possible. B. We need to solve this problem as soon as possible. Great. B. You cannot stop a problem. You solve a problem. Okay? So we use the verb solve here. So if there are many questions in your mind, don't worry. We are going to talk about it in this unit. Money. Buy or spend. We use buy to say what we bought or where we bought it. For example, I bought a new jumper last week. Where did you buy it? But we use here, the second part, we use spend to talk about money. I spent over $250 on mobile phone calls last month. And with spend, we have the preposition on. The next part, when we use spend by itself, the idea of money is understood in the sentence. Look at here, we are spending more on petrol than ever before. So in here, spend is alone. You don't have money here. But in the meaning of the sentence, you will understand that it means the money. Yes, it can be understood in the sentence. Okay, the next one. We are buying more petrol than ever before. So here, the verb buying puts emphasis on petrol. Yes, but here, spending puts more emphasis on the money, not the petrol. Okay, this is the difference. And how about problems? What should we do with problems? In the question, we saw that we cannot stop a problem, yes? So let's see which verbs can we use with problems. You can avoid a problem, you can fix, you can prevent, repair, resolve, and solve a problem. Let's see how to use them. The first, we fix or repair something that is broken. I took my watch to the jeweler's to get it fixed. So you can fix something or repair something that has already been broken. We solve problems. We must try to solve the unemployment problem. we resolve difficult situations and issues. So the difference between solve and resolve. The resolve is more difficult. It's about situations and issues. What can we do to resolve these situations? The next, we prevent problems so they don't happen. When you prevent it, you don't let it to start happening. And look at here how we use prevent. Prevent from and then ing, or prevent plus a noun, ing. Look at the example. We need to do all we can to prevent this from happening. So the preposition from, and after that, the ing form. So these are the verbs that we can use with problems. Now, the next part. Part 2. Correct the mistake below. Let's read it together. It took me 2 hours to resolve the oil leak in my car. What do you think about it? Look at here the car, the picture. The oil leak. You don't resolve it. You fix it or repair it. Okay? So in here, the verb resolve should be replaced by repair or fix. Great. Now look at part 3. Fill in the blanks with a suitable verb from this unit. So please pause the video here, answer these 8 questions, and then check your answers with me. You can see the correct answers here. Please check with yours. Were your answers correct? Great. So let us start the next unit. Are you ready? Great. 27. Noun confusion part 1. Now is the time to talk about nouns. Okay, the verb is finished and let us start with a noun. And the subject about money and work. Look at part 1. The correct sentence in each pair. 1. Those who do manual work often earn less money. Those who do manual work often earn less wages. What do you think? Which one is correct? Very good. The first one. Less money, not wages. Number 2. People without computer skills find it difficult to get a job nowadays. B. People without computer knowledge find it difficult to get a job nowadays. So which one do you think is correct? Computer skills or computer knowledge? Very good. Computer skills. So let's see why the skills is correct or money is correct. A salary is the total amount that a professional person is paid each year. The marketing job offers opportunities to travel, an attractive salary. So the salary is the money that is paid each year to the employees. The second one, a wage, is the amount of money earned each week, month for casual or manual work. So we use wage when you get money or earned each week or month, and it's not for professionals, for casual or manual work. Tim got a painting job with a wage of $400 per week. So the difference between salary and wage here is obvious. Salary is paid each year, but a wage paid weekly or monthly, and a salary is paid for a professional person, but a wage is casual or manual jobs. So the next part, we use money in a more general sense. Nowadays, people need to earn a lot more money to be able to buy a house. So when you want to speak general about money, about something, we use money. Money is really general. Look at here, job. Job refers to the type of work you do. My job is to manage the stuff or a particular task. At home, my job is to do the ironing. So job can be the work you do and earn money, and also a particular task that you have at home, at a school, or any other places. Work can be a noun or a verb and is used in a general sense again. So work is like money, yes, used in general terms. And work is uncountable, it's a noun. So look at the examples. It took a lot of work, but I finished the project. It took a lot of work. A lot of works is not correct because work here is uncountable. My dad works in a bank. In here, works is the verb. The next one, workplace, is the place where you work. It is better to train in the workplace rather than at a college. Workplace is the place that you work. The next word, knowledge. Knowledge refers to facts you have studied over time. And skills refer to practical ability. So look at here, this is the difference between knowledge and a skill. Knowledge is a group of facts that you studied over the time at a school, at university, or any other courses. But skills is your practical ability that you can do it right now. Compare. His knowledge of history is amazing. It means the knowledge or the facts that he knows about history is interesting or amazing. I have good typing skills. So here, typing is a practical ability. So we don't say I have a good typing knowledge. No, I have a good typing skills. And the next, we use employment and unemployment to talk about general work trends. And they are the opposite. Unemployment figures fell this week. So it means this week more people got job. The unemployment fell. Employee is the worker and employer is the boss. So the double E or ER at the end changed the meaning here. Great. Now let's go to the next part 2. Correct the mistake below. Conditions at the factory were so bad that the employers decided to go on a strike. Very well. Which part is not correct? It's not employers. You should write employee. The employees, of course, plural. The people who work, not the boss. And look at here, to go on a strike. We use on with the strike. Look at a picture. The workers stop working, they sit. They want something to be done for them. They go on strike. Great. Look at part 3. Fill in the blanks with a suitable noun from this unit. So please do this part. And before that, pause the video. Then you can check your answers with me. Now you can check your answers with me. Now, Unit 28, Noun Confusion Part 2. about advertising, travel, and young people. Look at part 1. Tick the correct sentence in each pair. Number 1. Advertising on TV is the best way of increasing your business. B. Advertisement on TV is the best way of increasing your business. So, which one is correct? Advertising or advertisement? What do you think? Great, advertising. Number 2, how was your travel to Canada? How was your trip to Canada? So, travel and trip. What do you think? Very good. How was your trip to Canada? Maybe there are some questions in your minds that why not travel? Don't worry, in this lesson we are going to talk about these matters. So, the first, advertise is the verb, and advertisement, it can be shortened to advert, is the noun. We can also use commercial to refer to TV advertisements. Look at example. I saw a really funny advertisement or commercial on TV last night. So advertisement is a noun here. We use advertising to refer to the industry. So it's really important, okay? The difference between advertisement and advertising. So advertising is used to refer to the industry. My sister works in advertising, not in advertisement. So advertising refers to industry. The next, we use journey or trip to talk about getting from A to B. Okay, so the journey or the trip to Australia was really long. So when it comes to journey or trip, you start from location A and you go to location B. But we use travel as a verb, and an uncountable noun refers to taking journeys in general. So, when you want to talk about going somewhere in general, you use travel. It can be noun or verb. Both of it can be true. But when it's about just changing location from A to B, you use journey or trip. The next one, trip, can also refer to a holiday or an excursion. I needed a break, so I decided to take a trip to the coast. So we use a trip when you want to go on a holiday, when you are tired of working or studying and you want to have fun for some days, you say trip. Not I decided to take a travel. I decided to take a trip, and the verb that comes with trip is take. Now look at here. We usually use youth to refer to a stage of life. It's a stage of life. I did a lot of traveling in my youth. And we use in my youth. It means when I was younger, I did a lot of traveling. It is rarely used to talk about people. Instead, we use young person or young people. So, when it comes to talking about people, we use young. But when it's about stage of life, we use youth. This is the difference between young and youth. Great. Now let's go to the next part, part 2. Correct the mistake below. I wish I had something to read on the travel. Read on the travel? What do you think? Which part is not correct? Very good. To read on the trip or journey, not travel. Great. Now look at the next part, part 3. Fill in the blanks with a suitable word or phrase from this unit. So please pause the video, do this part, and then check your answers with me. Now you can check your answers with me here. Were your answers all correct? Great. Good job up to this part. Thank you for watching my video up to here. If you have enjoyed my video and also was useful for you, please don't forget to subscribe my channel right now and follow for more videos. Great. The next unit, 29. When do I need to use an apostrophe? So the verb and noun confusion finished, and now it's about the apostrophe. 1. Check the correct sentence in each pair. 1. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to come to your party. I'm sorry, but I won't be. So the second one, B, has apostrophe. Good. It's the contraction of will not. Number 2. Children's toys are much more sophisticated now than in the past. Children's toys. So the first one apostrophe S and the second just S. Which one? Great is positive adjective. So we use apostrophe S because the toys belong to children here. Great, so let us start reading the rules together. We use apostrophes 1. To shorten words and show that some letters have been left out. When it comes to contraction, look at here, cannot, can't, could not, couldn't, do not, don't, will, he will, he'll, yes, will not, won't, she should, she would, should. So you can use apostrophe when you want to contract something, to shorten the words. These contractions are mostly used in a spoken or informal language. So as you know, when it comes to IELTS essays or writings, you should use the full form of the words. The contraction is just mostly used in spoken or informal English. Look at here, the example. I can't find Peter anywhere. He isn't in the staff room or in his office. So when it's informal, you use can't, isn't, yeah? The next, after people or animals, to show possession. So when it's come to showing possession, that something belongs to somebody, we use apostrophe. Look at here. Mary's hat. So the hat belongs to Mary. The cat's food dish. So the food dish belongs to the cat. So we use apostrophe S to show the possession. Great. Now let's see in which situations we don't use an apostrophe. 1. With possessive pronouns such as its, ours, theirs, yours. They are possessive. They show the belonging. So you don't need to add any apostrophe here. So look at example. The caterpillar stays in its cocoon until metamorphosis is complete. Yes, in its cocoon here. It is possessive pronoun. So in this situation, we don't use apostrophe. The next situation, when we add s to a singular noun to make it plural, even if we are using a commonly abbreviated word. So the s that is showing the something is plural doesn't need any apostrophe. Look at here, CDs, TVs. So The S for making the singular nouns plural does not need any apostrophe. Great. And the last part, to show possession with things. Aha. So in here, it's really important. Sometimes you want to show possession with things, but you don't use apostrophe S. We use of, the. Okay? Look at here, the leg of the chair. We don't say chair's leg. So when it comes to things or objects, when you want to show possession, you don't need to use apostrophe. You just easily can use of, the. Great, very well. Let's go to the next part. Part 2. Correct the mistake below. So let's read together. The male emperor penguin looks after its young. Look at here. Its means the baby, yes, this baby, the young. But it should be positive. It's the baby of the penguin. So it's its. No apostrophe should be used here. Okay, so be careful. Here, it is the contraction of it is. Great. Now look at part 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. Some sentences may have more than one mistake. Some may be correct. So please pause the video here, do this part, and then check with me. You can see the correct answers here. You can check with your own. Great. Now unit 30, the last unit. Common spelling errors. 1. Take the correct sentence in each pair. So let's read one together. Some people believe that there should be more women in government. Some people believe that there should be more women in government. So look at here how the government is written here. Which spelling is correct? What do you think? Oh, very good. B, the government. It is the responsibility of every country to protect the environment. Which one is correct? Country, without you or with you. Very good. It's B. So in this unit, it's more about the spelling, the dictation. So look at here. Some words are spelled incorrectly because they are similar to another word. To or two. I want to go to the park. I wanted a new computer but ended up with a printer too. In here with double O means as well. The next, there and there. Your book is there. It's about the location of the place, of something. It's about the place, yes? Students must buy their books. So in here, it shows that it belongs to them, yes? Not the place or location. The next one, though and through. Though and through. Several students choose Russian, though they had never studied a language before. The tour guide led the group through some areas of ancient rainforest. So when you want to walk somewhere through the river, through the bridge, this is when we use through. Great. Look at the next part. Sometimes there is confusion over British and American spellings. As you know, they have a lot of differences in their spellings. Look at here. For example, program is British and here program American. Look at here how it differs in their dictation. So which one is correct? What do you know about it? When it comes to your IELTS, which one is correct? Should you use British or American? Okay, let's answer this question. Use either British or American spelling, but do not mix the two different styles. So, both of them are correct, but you should choose one. If you want to write in American, use all the words and dictations and spellings in American, not one of them British, one of them American, and that's the way. Okay, so use one and do not mix them. So look at here, UK. It's my favorite color or it's my favorite color. So if you write favorite with U and it's British, after that use color with British dictation too. Okay? Or if it's favorite American, use color without U as American dictation. The following words are also often spelled incorrectly. Pay particular attention to those with double letters. So please highlight this part in your books and try to memorize them. So accommodation, advertisement, always, benefit, beginning, business, commercial, country, different, environment, government. In these two, because the N is not pronounced, some English learners don't forget to write it. Nowadays, occurred, passenger, restaurant, teacher, and which. So be careful about the spelling of these words. Now let's do the exercises 2. Correct the mistakes below. Let's read it together. It says 2-star accommodation available. Includes breakfast, good, restaurant. So what do you think? Which spellings are wrong? Very good. The spelling of accommodation and restaurant is not correct here. Can you tell me what's wrong with these two? Please comment the correct spelling of these two for me. Thank you. And now the next part, part 3. Correct the spelling mistakes in the sentences below. So please pause the video, do this part, and then check with me. Now you can see the misspelled words. Now it's your turn. Look at the dictionary or this unit to find the correct spelling of H. Great. Now the next is the last test of this book. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it useful for yourself. Please subscribe my channel, follow me, and that's gonna be really supportive of you. And I will put the next videos of common mistake at IELTS Advanced. You also can watch them. Great.